Good morning. Here are 10 relationship truths as I go on my morning walk. Number one, if you're not making mistakes, you're not taking enough risks. And no, that doesn't mean cheating. By mistakes, I mean doing things within the boundaries of the relationship with good intent and then taking responsibility for them if they're not healthy. Without mistakes, there is no growth. This process stimulates growth and change. The glue comes in taking risks and making mistakes as a couple. Then learning from them and becoming a stronger team. All right, number two, expect anything worthwhile to take a long time. Guys, listen, many people believe that relationships should come naturally, like the rush of dopamine that shot into your brain when you first met. Actually, to be in a monogamous relationship in which you are consistently challenged to look at it yourself and compromise your wants or needs is natural, right? It goes against it's unnatural, It goes against our human instincts. To adapt and embrace this takes time, a long time, so you got to be patient. All right, number three, work very, very hard. What of value in this world comes easy? Many people underestimate how much work it takes to make a relationship work. They tap out after the first very, quote unquote. So what does very, very hard work look like? It's different for everyone, but you will know because of the giant mountain you see in front of you, the one you've always avoided climbing, right? Usually this is an internal journey. The second, quote unquote, very means self-examination. Number four, ask for opportunities. Since we think we know our partner so well, we stop asking. Instead, we assume. The thing is, people change, right? If you want something, you have to ask for it. I'm not saying demand for it, but ask for it. Your partner's answer may be very different today than it would have been yesterday. But if you don't ask, you'll never know, and you'll never get. That's a basic rule of life, and it also applies in relationships. The process of asking for or communicating creates opportunities. It makes you get to know each other, understand each other better. There's no other way, right? Number five, finish what you start. I'm referring to arguments. Many people, they start an argument, but don't finish it because it gets too heated, or they walk away, they close doors, they leave, and they never come back to it. And so the issue never gets resolved. Instead, people are not heard, and there's anger. I almost tripped over a tree, look at that. People are not heard, and there's anger and resentment. And if you walk away from a fight without consent or getting things resolved, you're leaving the relationship for that period. And one day there will be no one to come back to. Number six, guys, we're almost done. Say yes to almost everything. Now let me explain. Assuming it's healthy and the intent is good, what's the worst that could happen, right? You get pushed out of your comfort zone. That's called an opportunity for growth. I think so much of us kind of knee-jerk to saying no way too much in relationships. We don't like it because it feels uncomfortable. So like we instantly say no. We're defensive. We push back. If you want more yeses in your life, this is a great place to start. In your relationship, what would happen if you start saying yes to everything? Number seven, busy is a decision. Just because you're in love doesn't mean it's time to stop life. Each partner should have his or her own life. This means making a decision or choice to be busy and work on your own container, your own life space. I talk about this all the time. Two people in separate tubs, not in one jacuzzi. I think many people get into a relationship and stop, or they slow down their own personal journey, And when you do that, you're kind of bringing less to the table. All right, finish this up. Number 8, don't censor your dreams before you actually dream. So whatever dreams you had when you were single shouldn't change because you are now in a relationship. Unless it happens organically, right? Unless it's honest. Many give up their dreams because the relationship doesn't allow them, right? Your dreams may, in fact, change, but don't censor them for anyone. Your dreams are your dreams. They belong to you, and they're not tied or contingent to who you love, right? Number 9, to strive for a remarkable life, you have to decide you want one. The key word here is you, not both of you. I think many people lose themselves in their relationship because they forget about their own wants and needs, you know, and that doesn't create a path for themselves. Remarkable can still happen when you're in a committed relationship, but you have to decide on that. You know, you have to decide what you want and what you're not willing to negotiate. I think a lot of people get in relationships and they negotiate way too much. Okay, number 10, and the final truth about relationships: it is only a failure if you accept defeat. We should fight for our relationships, guys. There's not enough of that happening these days. Always. There's you, there's your partner, and then there's the relationship. And if you accept defeat, you are not fighting. You are not fighting for the relationship. But admitting that you are wrong is not defeat. Admitting that you are wrong is not accepting defeat. You're actually fighting for the relationship. Does that make sense? Admitting that you are wrong and taking ownership is fighting for the relationship. All right, guys. There's